I know that I may or may not have promised a Mario Galaxy star ranking as the next video, but let's just say it's going to be a long one. So in the meantime, this is what you get. I can semi-promise that the star ranking will be out next week, but once again, no promises. Today we're going to be taking a look at every single mainline Mario game and picking which song is the best. Now there's a couple of things to know before getting into the list. First is that I'm using the list provided by the Super Mario Wiki to determine which Mario games are considered mainline. They don't consider either Mario Land game as mainline, but I've added them anyway, alongside Mario All-Stars. I just really like the remixed music in that game, so it's here because I said. I'll also try to not pick similar songs in some of these games. For example, I'm not going to pick the castle theme of Super Mario Bros. And the Lost Levels, but I could pick the castle theme in one of those alongside the castle theme from like 3D Land or something. I hope that makes sense. Without any further ado, let's get right into the best song from every mainline Mario game. The first entry in the Super Mario Bros. Franchise doesn't have much music, but all of them are bangers. It might have been obvious, but I just have to go with the overworld theme from this game. It's easily the single most iconic piece of music from the Mario franchise. This was actually a bit harder than you would have thought. I really like the underwater theme of this game, but I mean, come on now. The overworld theme from this game might just be the biggest piece of music in any video game ever created. The Lost Levels has the exact same soundtrack as the first game, so once again, there's not a bunch of tracks to choose from. I decided to go with the underground theme, and while it can get repetitive, it's another classic. These were probably the two most obvious choices for the first two games, but I mean, what else was I supposed to pick? They're two absolutely iconic songs that have resonated with millions. Well, not so much the Lost Levels, but you get the point. Super Mario Bros. 2 USA, on the other hand, has a way more unique soundtrack. There's so many tunes that are super upbeat, and it's got a few more classics. For this video though, I went with the character select music. I just think that this embodies the game itself. It's super upbeat, which matches the dream aesthetic of Super Mario Bros. 2. There's a couple of other great tracks here like the overworld theme, but I'm just a bigger fan of the character select theme. For all of those old games, the 8-bit nature really makes each of these songs have a certain feel to them that I can't quite describe. It feels like I'm about to go on some awesome adventure, which, like I said, matches the dream feel this game has. I just love how unique this game is, even though it's a ripoff of Doki Doki Panic, which is a little known fun fact that no one on this earth knows. It's just an awesome piece of music that I could only imagine coming from this game. And now it's time to get to the most overrated Mario game, Super Mario Bros. 3. Man, I just pissed a bunch of people off by saying that. I don't think this is a bad game whatsoever, but it's not one of my favorites. I do, however, think that this has some of the best Mario music in the franchise. There's classic after classic heard throughout, but honestly, I think I chose a sleeper pick. The World 7 theme has always been one of my favorites. It's so jazzy and I can't help but move to the music listening to it, like just listen. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's great. Of course though, there are a few other awesome musical tracks like the overworld theme and athletic theme. I may not really like World 7 as a whole, but it has such an amazing theme. Now I may be cheating and putting Mario All-Stars here, but to be fair, there is entirely new music for each individual game. In a piece I actually forgot about, we have King Bowser from Super Mario Bros. This is just such a good boss theme that makes the bland bosses more fun. For the Lost Levels, I chose the underwater theme, which is just such a peaceful song. Don't get me wrong, the water levels still suck in this game, but at least you get something nice to listen to while you're going through hell. For Mario Bros. 2 USA, I decided to go with the underground theme. This still fits with the upbeat vibe that Super Mario Bros. 2 presents while also being mysterious. And finally, for Super Mario Bros. 3, we have the airship theme. I mean, all of these are classics, so I promise this is the last time I'm gonna say it, but man, what a classic. This is also one of the most memorable songs from the game in my opinion, and the music fits these super challenging levels. I used to not like Super Mario Land that much in all honesty, but ever since it got added to Nintendo Switch Online, I've played it more times than I'm willing to admit. It's such an easy game to pop in and play. One of my favorite parts of this game is the underrated music. There's not a bad piece of music here, but of course, the best one is Burbudo Kingdom, also known as the main theme. This is my favorite overworld theme in any game I've ever played. I think that this song being on a Game Boy adds even more charm to it. It's so good and upbeat, which is just what I want in my Super Mario game. I've only ever played through Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins once, but man, what a unique game. I love all of the different zones, but my favorite one is the Mario Zone, which is where you'll hear the track of my choice being Machine. I mean, yeah, this song definitely makes you feel like you're in a robot Mario. This is once again a song that I think thrives in the Game Boy setting. There's just something about old Game Boy sounds that brings a smile to my face. Also, there's a whole level where you go into Mario's balls. That's freaking awesome. Okay, now I have a reason for picking the Forest of Illusion theme other than the fact that it's good. When I was a young boy, I had a DVD of multiple episodes of the Super Mario World show. I was big into this and the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and the little jingle that played was the opening to Forest of Illusion. This song takes me back to my childhood, and it has nothing to do with the game. I mean, in Super Mario World itself though, the song works super well for the location. There's a bunch of mystery in the Forest of Illusion, and these are some of my favorite levels in the game. They can be pretty annoying, however, as the only way to get out of here is to find some sort of secret pathway. But that adds to the charm of this place. It fits what the game is going for, and I love it so much.
So long, Bowser!
Another game that I'm not the biggest fan of, but I think has great music, is Mario 64. I still think that it's a great game, but it's not even in my top 3 3D Mario games. The game still has some phenomenal levels, however the song I've chosen is from my least favorite one in the game. Dire Dire Docks is a stage that has a great theme, but playing through it isn't nearly as great. And I will stand by this till the day I die. It should be called Jolly Roger Bay's theme instead of Dire Dire Docks. Jolly Roger Bay is an awesome stage, but nobody ever talks about its theme, which is the same as Dire Dire Docks. I mean, Jolly Roger Bay is found earlier in the game, so I don't understand why it's never been given the theme title. Sorry, I just get really angry at the Jolly Roger Bay disrespect. Okay, back to talking about the song itself. I feel like Mario games do such a great job creating water level music. It's super peaceful and so recognizable. The best part here is when the drums kick in and start a nice groove. This is another song that elevates the levels it's a part of and even makes Dire Dire Docks tolerable. Now let's move on over to a game I absolutely love, being Super Mario Sunshine. Don't get me wrong, this game has some massive flaws, but I just find the overall game more enjoyable than Mario 64. I love the vacation theme, and I think a lot of the locations connect with the theme super well. While my favorite location in the game is Serena Beach, Gelato Beach's theme is so good. Don't get me wrong, Delfino Plaza is an absolutely classic piece of music, but I couldn't stop myself from giving it to Gelato Beach. This is actually one of the worst stages in the game for my money. You got some classic stinkers like the legendary Sandbird and the Watermelon Festival. I mean, there's even a mission where you butt slam some mirrors to defeat Cataquax, which is pretty boring. It even has one of the worst floodless missions in the entire game. Even with all of that bad, I still have a decent time at Gelato Beach. I love how the steel pans sound, and this song uses them well. Every song in this game is able to encapsulate being on a vacation. Even places like Rico Harbor, which aren't necessarily laid back, still have a theme that makes me feel like I'm on a vacation. While Gelato Beach's levels might not be the greatest, it has one heck of a theme. The new Super Mario Bros. Series is clowned on for being unoriginal, however the first entry in this series is pretty unique. There's still a lot of basic elements, but we haven't seen level design like this since. Some of my favorite levels are actually in World 2, which is a desert. It just so happens that the desert overworld theme is my song of choice for new Super Mario Bros. It makes you feel like you're in the Sahara Desert sweating your butt off. I mean, I can't listen to this theme and not think of a Pokey. The percussion especially is the backbone of this song, alongside the main flute melody. I believe that this is one of the single most underrated Mario games, and it needs to be talked about more. The desert theme is just made so well to accompany the desert levels and heightens them to new levels. Super Mario Galaxy has some of the best music in all of gaming. This is the very first Mario game that uses an orchestral score, and it makes everything feel grand. There were a plethora of songs that I could have picked, but I just had to pick the Comet Observatory theme, specifically Comet Observatory 3. If you don't know, more and more instruments get added to the song the more stars you collect. I mean, people will walk down the aisle to this song at their weddings. It's that iconic. Rosalina is also one of my favorite Mario characters, and this song is super associated with her. Every time she shows up in any other Mario game, the Comet Observatory theme accompanies her. I'll stop the Galaxy Glaze for now, but the Comet Observatory theme is easily the best song in Super Mario Galaxy. I'm a part of the crowd that thinks Mario Galaxy 2 is superior to the first game, and that includes the music. While there aren't nearly as many iconic tracks here, I think the music overall is slightly better than the first game. This is also my favorite game of all time and has been since I played it back in 2010. I changed what song I was going to pick about 7 times, but I finally settled on the Cloudy Court / Fluffy Bluff Galaxy theme. These galaxies in general are some of the best in the game, and it's mainly because you get to use the Cloud Flower. The Cloud Flower is by far my favorite power-up in all of Mario, and this song fits the Cloud Flower so well. This song makes me feel like I'm on an adventure through the clouds. The song starts out with a strong opening before going into individual woodwind and brass features. Musicality-wise, it's such a phenomenal piece of music, and it might just be my favorite of all time. I can't put into words what I feel when I listen to this song. I swear it's not just the nostalgia talking. The Fluffy Bluff / Cloudy Court theme is just that good.
New Super Mario Brothers. Whee!
Next is another game I'm super nostalgic for, being New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I don't think it's as creative as the DS entry, but I still love it. I remember playing through this game plenty of times with my cousins, but don't even get me started on those stupid Toad houses. I still got beef with you, Eli, for taking my turn at the matching power-up minigame. This is my favorite entry in the New Super Mario Bros. Games, mainly down to nostalgia and the power-ups. I also love how the worlds are laid out, and the world themes in general are great. The World 6 theme in particular is my favorite. There's a sound that sounds like the mining of rocks, and it immerses you into the world. I feel like that's something that almost every Mario game's music is able to accomplish. They're able to make you feel like you're in that world. I mean, not actually, I don't feel like I'm in some rocky canyon, but you get my point.
Super Mario 3D Land.
Okay, I might be kinda cheating with this next one, but to be fair, Super Mario 3D Land is a little light on awesome music. I went with Boo Waltz, and while it's technically from the Mario Galaxy games, I still think the 3D Land version is awesome. Ghost houses are some of the most interesting levels in all of Mario, and the 3D Land ones especially stand out. These are always the most unique levels in a respective Mario game, and the Boo Waltz theme goes along with them very well. Just like the World 6 theme I had just talked about, I really feel immersed in the ghost houses. The intro especially sets the tone for the level right away. Mario games aren't ever really creepy, but Boo Waltz gives off cartoonishly spooky vibes. The use of strings especially helps with the spook factor. It's just a great piece of music that helps the ghost houses feel special.
New Super Mario Brothers 2.
New Super Mario Bros. 2 is one of the most forgettable games in the franchise, but that's not to say it's bad. I think the coin gimmick is pretty fun and makes the game a lot more interesting than other games. It also has a super cool final boss alongside an awesome boss theme. The boss theme is split up into 2 different parts, and personally I prefer part 2 of the theme. The organ intro and chimes that follow set the tone immediately for the finale of the fight. In the fight itself, Bowser's in the background while Mario has to climb up platforms. Bowser swipes away at the platforms, and overall it's a pretty fun fight. The boss music itself is way grander than the fight. That's probably because it was used in the best 2D Mario boss fight by far, which is the final Bowser fight in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Still though, the final boss theme is a masterpiece and makes the final boss of New Super Mario Bros. 2 even more fun. New Super Mario Bros. U is probably my least favorite of the New Super games. I still find it to be a pretty fun game though, with great level design. I especially love the castles along with the castle theme. Now this is the same castle theme seen in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but it is just too awesome to leave off the list. I'm not talking about those stupid mini castles with Boom Boom, no, I'm talking about the big boy castles. You know, the ones that lead up to the Koopalings. The opening percussion into the synthesizer is so good, it makes the castle levels stand out more than they already do. Alright, get ready for a little bit more Jickbean lore. Throughout all of my middle school and high school days, I played the tenor saxophone, which also led to me doing jazz band. I grew fond of jazz music, and let me tell you something, I love the Wii U era of Mario music. Mario Kart 8 has such a jazzy score, and so does Super Mario 3D World. The World Bowser theme, though, is the ultimate jazz piece from this game. It's such a switch up from the normal menacing sounds you normally get from a Bowser world. It reminds you of the fact that we're not in the Mushroom Kingdom at all. This is also one of those songs that I'm betting a lot of people have heard before, but don't know where it's from. It also fits the tone of the game so well. Super Mario 3D World is a more co-op centered 3D Mario game, and it feels like a party's going on in World Bowser. Also, if they were to make a real life World Bowser, I would definitely attend because this place looks friggin' awesome. While we're on the topic of Super Mario 3D World, let's go ahead and take a look at Bowser's Fury. It might be a little bit basic, but I just have to go with the Scamper Shore theme. This is the first area you're going to encounter in Bowser's Fury, and man, what a great piece of music to get things going. The strings absolutely make this song, and it fits the fast-paced nature of this game. I remember being shocked at how good Bowser's Fury was. When it was first revealed, I just assumed it was going to be a little side mode to 3D World, but little did I know the experience that was ahead of me. I mean, isn't it crazy that an add-on to a 3D Mario game is better than Mario 64? Sorry to all the Mario 64 fans for the slander I'm giving it in this video. I just think it's super funny. Anyway, Scamper Shore is an exceptional start to an exceptional game. I'm still a little mixed on whether or not the Mario Maker games should be considered mainline or not, but hey, the Mario Wiki says they are. One of my favorite parts of Mario Maker was just messing around with the title screen, meaning that I heard the title screen theme quite a bit. Once again, I just have to praise the Wii U era of Mario music. I remember spending countless hours creating awful Mario levels, but having a blast doing so. This was such a special game, and I have so many good memories with it. I might not have been very good at it, but it was such a good time. I prefer Mario Maker 2 to the original, and I just think it's superior in every way. There weren't a whole lot of choices for me to pick, so I just went with the Course World version 1 theme. I just think this is a pretty chill song to have playing while you're browsing through countless levels. It's also probably the song I've spent the most time listening to in this game, as I've also spent a lot of time looking at my stupid me and his outfits. I can't wait for an eventual Mario Maker 3. I think it has the potential to be the best Mario Maker game in the franchise with the Switch 2's mouse controls. We can only hope that the music in that game becomes as iconic as the music in both the other Mario Maker games. Also, for some reason they don't count Super Mario Maker on the 3DS on the wiki, so I just didn't talk about it. Super Mario Run is by far the worst Mario game in the mainline franchise. It also has probably the least original music since the first game. I actually don't hate this game entirely, but I mean, it's a $10 mobile game. It's not going to be of the highest quality. One of the most fun modes in the game though is the Remix 10 mode, and that mode's theme is my pick for the best song in Super Mario Run. I don't really have a lot to say about this one. It's a neat little remix to some of the original Mario themes, and that's about it. Super Mario Odyssey is not only one of the best Mario games, but one of the best games ever made. It's comparable to the Galaxy games in terms of how good its soundtrack is. Every single kingdom has some sort of awesome theme, but my personal favorite has to be the Cascade Kingdom theme. While it's not the first kingdom you visit in Mario Odyssey, it's the one that really gets the ball rolling. The Cap Kingdom was super mysterious with its dark colors and soft theme. Cascade Kingdom on the other hand is grand and really shows what Mario Odyssey is going to be. Anytime I'm on some type of Mario stage in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, there's a high chance that I have this on in the background because of how awesome it is. This wasn't an easy choice, trust me, there's so much good music in this game, but the Cascade Kingdom theme is just elite. For our final game of this video, we have Super Mario Wonder. I like the music here, but honestly nothing really stands out to me as the best song in the game, so I decided to go with the Athletic theme as my song of choice. I love the strings, and when the brass comes in about halfway through the song, it really gets going. This is one of the more common themes in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and it fits the mystical tone of the game. I was so excited to play this game when it got announced, and I loved it to death. That's not to say there's bad music, but compared to a lot of other Mario games, it has one of the weaker soundtracks. Well, there you go, that was the best song from every mainline Mario game. I really enjoyed doing this along with the best song in every Zelda game, and who knows, maybe I'll do this again for some other franchise. I'm also thinking about doing the worst song from every Mario and Zelda game in the future, so if you'd be interested in that, just let me know. Also, if you made it this far, please tell me what I can do better in my videos. Whether it be editing or anything like that, I'd like some feedback. I mean it for real this time though, that the next video will be me ranking every single star in the first Mario Galaxy game. It's going to be a super long one, and I'm so excited for it to be released. That's going to do it for me today. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll be seeing ya.